Do you admire the artwork found in English country homes and wish to recreate that same look in your home? Me too! Today, let's find some affordable English-style artwork, arrange our pieces, and hang our very own English country-style gallery wall. Hello friend, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Rachel from the blog stonecottagehome.com, where we cultivate the art of home. This is episode 4 in our English country cottage bedroom remodel series. Today, a long-awaited for day, is all about the layered in, personalized look of an English country house gallery wall. First, we will get ideas for a theme and a color palette. Next, we will go hunting for some affordable English-style artwork. Third, we will evaluate our collection, making sure it is unified through reframing or rematting if need be. Then, we will talk about how to arrange and hang our collection based on your wall space and furniture in the area. Lastly, we will hang our art together. Stick around to the end of the video where you will get a sneak peek of the other thrifted treasures that we have found for furnishing and styling this bedroom.
For inspiration, once again, I turn to Pinterest. Here I have a collection of old world English style gallery walls and individual pieces to evaluate. This pin here has been a favorite of mine for years. The first thing that catches my eye is the color palette. It's very soothing, it's very tight and cohesive, and the frames as well go together. And of course, the charming cottage. I am hoping to include oil paintings in this gallery wall as it adds great depth to the collection. Now, I've had my eye out for some time for English equestrian art. This horse is beautiful, but definitely not for $241. Floral artwork is quintessentially English. Wouldn't it be nice to find a couple pieces for our gallery wall? A warm brown and sepia color palette unifies this gallery collection. Notice that horses and trains aren't related, and neither are the frames. It's the color that ties it together. Now this gallery wall is very clever. You see that there are echoes through the frames and matting, but then at top and bottom you see the ovals surrounding the birds, even though there is a canvas that's unframed and then a dark moody piece with a gold frame. All of these pieces are very carefully unified through echo. This charming collection is purely cottage, a little of this, a little of that, packed in tight. The wallpaper helps to unify as well as the close spacing. Imagine this dramatic, masculine collection in a gentleman's study or library. Wouldn't that be magnificent? And lastly, another classic old world English gallery collection, unified through color palette, tight spacing, and frames. Shall we go shopping? For our English country gallery wall, I'm looking for a mixture of portraits, architecture, horses, shorelines with water, and florals. I see a nice sketch of partridges in sepia, florals, a Victorian children's garden party, Above the garden party is a winter scene in a folk art style. To the right, in golden tones, is an oil painting of mountains with a fabulous frame. Here is a floral similar to what we were looking at on Pinterest with the blue and white jar. It has a nice frame, and this store was having a 75% off sale. Muted and moody, the colors in this print are typical of English Old World style art. Imagine that with a gold frame. Another original oil painting, this time a winter scene. Another muted Victorian style piece. And here we see a bridal portrait. This is a score. The frame is gorgeous. The slip is beautiful, and it has special protective non-glare glass. And at 75% off, that is a deal. Now sometimes when you're treasure hunting, you have to dig, but the treasures are worth it. This lovely Victorian print is cracked, but it's only $4, and just below is another picture with beautiful frosted glass for only $3. You could combine the two and come out with another high-end looking piece, or you might go with this Victorian instead. Be sure to collect pictures in a range of sizes. Smaller pictures like these are wonderful for filling in gaps and rounding out a collection. Notice the glass on these two pictures here. One is regular, the other is frosted. Frosted glass not only minimizes the glare, but it adds a depth and richness, making your piece look higher quality. These two golden prints on foil were by Currier and Ives. They were beautiful. They had a velvet slip and original tags on the back saying Currier and Ives on foil. What a fascinating piece of art. When treasure hunting for artwork, be sure to look all over the store, since sometimes the largest pieces are in obscure corners. Look at this gorgeous pastoral scene. It has frosted glass, a fabulous frame. At $60 less 75%, this large statement piece would be $15 and would look fabulous over a mantelpiece or in a stairwell. And for the grand finale, the size of a headboard, this original oil with a hand-carved wooden frame was $20. All right, let's take a look at our treasures. Over the past several months, I have been collecting artwork for this gallery wall in our English cottage bedroom makeover, but also for other areas of the home. You will see a collection of portraits, landscapes, architecture, shorelines with water, hand-colored lithographs, and of course, florals. Using a mix of subjects like this helps to add interest to your gallery wall. Another aspect that will add dimension to your collection is mixing the mediums. So if your entire gallery wall were prints, like this one, it would be rather flat. To add depth, consider using original oils, needlepoint, cross-stitch, basically pieces of art that have depth and texture to them. You may notice in this collection that some of the frames are repeated, as well as some of the subject matter is quite similar. On the right here, that yellow hand-colored lithograph is similar to the one above it. This repetition cues your eye that these things do belong together. Okay, now it is time to evaluate and edit our collection. With this many differences in subject matter, I would like to unify it through color palette and framing. you will notice the brightest pictures disappearing first. Here is the remaining collection, just enough to fit in the space that we have, and with the color palette and frames all unified. Textured prints, cross-stitch, original oil paintings, hand-colored lithographs, regular prints, and dried flowers give this collection good depth and dimension. Creating even a subtle focal point in your gallery wall will give the eye a place to rest. For this collection, that largest piece, an oil painting of the Millstream from a Currier and Ives print, is the one we'll go with. While thrifting for artwork, I pick up these cheap frames that have frosted glass to replace with the pieces that I'll be using in the gallery wall. Here's a frame tip for you. If you love the print but not the frame, carry it around until you find a match while you're still at the store. Look how the mat matches this print perfectly. This antique hand-carved frame caught my eye. It wasn't till I got home that I realized it had original wavy ripple glass. One of my favorite British designers, Rita Koenig, says, "Each frame does something different to the picture, so it takes it from being one thing to another." Here are the pieces we will be reframing today. These two matching frames simply need frosted glass. Look at the difference in the reflection and how much richer the colors look under that frosted glass. This type of reframing is simple. Remove the paper on the back, pull out the staples, and remove the backing board. Then pull out the print and the mat, swap out the glass, and put everything back in reverse order. British designer Rita Koenig also says, "The lovely thing about framing is you can buy a funny old photograph in a junk shop or a watercolor somewhere, and if you love the picture, you then have something totally unique to you and incredibly special." Now, at this point, I would replace the paper on the back and tape the edges to keep it in, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse of how beautiful this frosted glass makes the picture look. Here we go again, same thing, only we're just replacing the print in this one. It already has frosted glass. On this piece, I did not remove the staples. I merely bent them back so that I could press them into place once the prints were exchanged. Now, to get an idea of the size and shape of the area we have to work with for hanging this gallery wall. Here you see me measuring tops, sides, and bottoms so I know exactly what we have to work with. Painter's tape marks out the area and the layout begins. I love this. If you like Tetris or puzzles, you will too. Once your layout is set, find some heavy paper, place your pieces on top and trace them. Then cut them out and label each one for the picture it represents. Add some tape and you can arrange and rearrange much more easily, plus it minimizes the nail holes. At this stage, you may still rearrange, swapping one piece for another, as you can actually see what looks best. Now the moment I have been waiting for weeks. Let's hang this gallery wall. In many English country homes, the art may fill a space from side to side and top to bottom. As you see here, I have chosen to go with a closely spaced grouping, and I love the overall statement. Besides being all cozy and packed in tight, I have also wrapped the gallery wall around the furniture by dropping it below the level of the dresser. By fitting a collection to a space like this, it looks very intentional and designed. And the finishing touches. This tiny bouquet of dried flowers nestles into its spot, just the right size. As promised, here is a sneak peek of the thrifted treasures we have found to finish furnishing and fluffing and styling our English country cottage bedroom. This delightful color palette is warm and rich with tones of browns, greens, soft ivories, peaches, corals, and pinks. I find it to be very comforting, homey, warm, and inviting. For textiles, we have this exquisite table runner, which I intend to use as a dresser scarf, valances, curtains, and a gorgeous collection of plump, down-filled cushions. This dainty side table was awaiting me at a yard sale one day just down the street. It is perfect with its lower shelf and single drawer. For cozy lighting, I brought this French bouillotte lamp home from the thrift shop one day. And what is this I see? Apricot? Tufted? A shell-back reading chair in petite size? Goodness, I can hardly wait to put this room together and curl up with a good book and a cup of hot tea. Wasn't this fun? I so enjoyed having you along.
If you enjoyed your visit today, subscribe and join the Stone Cottage Home family. And if you found your visit to be helpful and inspiring, please leave a thumbs up so I know to plan more visits like this for you. Until next time, take care.